if you've got a situation that's happening in your life right now and it brings fear up for you, whatever that fear is, fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of success, fear of judgment, fear of not knowing enough, fear of not being enough, fear of being visible. It could be any fear. It could be fear of public speaking. So whatever that situation is that's coming up for you, that is taking you down a track of feelings, emotions, behaviors, maybe even beliefs, actions, and habits that you don't like, that you feel are not helping you to move forward, then I'm going to give you a strategy that will help you to just think a little bit differently about this. Because ultimately, if that's taking you down, then that's stopping you from making your impact. It's stopping you from potentially making the income you want to make. And it could be stopping you from a lot of other things too. So keep listening, and I'll see you in a moment. So on today's show, I want to dive into a very, very simple strategy that I personally use. It's one that I share with all of my 1 Year No Fear members and my Invincible Impact Mastermind. I think it's an important strategy, an important mindset strategy for you to use if you ever feel yourself going down a track that doesn't feel good. And let's face it, if it doesn't feel good, that's just going to take you on a downward spiral. And it's tough to get up from that. Like if you climb into the well where all your problems and all of the shit and the trauma and the emotions that you don't want to feel, they're all at the bottom of the well. And here you are climbing down the ladder into that well. Well, some people like to feel that. Some people like to get down into the well with all their emotions. They like to go down there and they like to feel into it. And if you're one of those people that wants to feel your way through the emotions, that's a very healthy thing to do. But sometimes it's not appropriate to go down the well. You could be just about to go on stage in front of an audience of 500 or 1,000 people. It's not appropriate to go in and feel the emotions at that moment, because you just need a strategy that you can use very quickly to help you to step up, stand out, stand tall, get up there, get in the game, and have that potential impact that you want to make, to be in that really intentional energy. So by all means, when you get home, get down into the well, feel into the emotions, work through it. But when you're in a situation where you're about to present, or it's not appropriate to be going into the feelings and the thoughts and the sensations, the emotions, the pictures, the videos, whatever it is that's running through your mind that's causing you to go into that trigger, sometimes it's not appropriate, is it? So I'm going to share with you what I do and what I recommend to our members. And it's all part of a strategy called What If. Now, I want you to just imagine for a moment with me that we are stood in an audience. We're stood at the front of the stage, waiting to go on the stage, looking at the audience. Now, I want you to imagine that you are one of two people. Okay, so there's one part of you that's on the left side of the stage, waiting to go on, that's saying, oh my God, I'm terrified. I think my head's going to explode. My chest is going to explode. I don't think I can do this. What if they don't like me? What if I don't know enough? What if I get up there and I forget my content? What if I trip when I get up onto the stage and make a complete fool of myself? What if people judge me? What if they don't like me and they start throwing things at me? What if they all get up and leave? What if I say something that's really offensive? What if? And then there's this other part of you that's the other side of the stage that's looking at the audience saying, I can't wait to get up there. Oh my God, this is going to be so much fun. I'm going to get up. I'm going to have the best time of my life. The audience is going to love it. We're just going to have the most amazing time. We're going to create change today. I'm so excited. Like, what if this is the thing? What if this is the first of the rest of all of the audience appearances that I get paid big bucks for? What if this is the best presentation I've ever delivered? What if everybody comes up to me at the end and they all want to work with me? What if I've got too much business? What if I become oversubscribed? What if I have to take a whole team on because I can't deal with the amount of business that's going to come from this presentation? What if I get up there and I love it so much, I decide this is going to be my career instead of anything else? What if? And you see the difference between those two sides of you, those two parts of you. There's the part that is completely fearful, scared, anxious, catastrophizing, paralyzing. And then there's this other part of you that's so excited, that wants to get out there, that wants to do it, that wants to make the impact. Now, both of those sides of you are using a what if strategy. There's the what if down and there's the what if up. There's the what if down, I'm going to get into the well and I'm going to have my little pity party in there and then I'm going to feel it and then I'm going to work through it and I'm going to own it and I'm going to get out of it and then I'm going to climb up the well and then I'm going to be so much better for it. That's the kind of thing you do not want to be doing when you're stood at the side of the stage ready to go on. And there's the other part of you that is so excited, that can't wait to get out there and make those ripples and create those waves. And it's like the two wolves, isn't it? Which one are you feeding? And so I want you to think about some situations over the past 7 days, things that have come up where you have been feeding the negative what if instead of the positive what if. And think about what that led you to, just those thoughts that you had that led to the behaviors, that led to the actions, that led to the habits, that led to the values, and all of the things that then triggered a set of events that might not have given you exactly the result that you wanted. Or the positive results that you wanted because you thought in a positive way and you created from an intentional, creational, let's make that word up, creational place that just feels so much better, doesn't it? It feels so much better. And you're in this intentional, purposeful, service-driven, mission-driven place that just feels so much better. The other thing to consider is some people, maybe you or someone you know, might actually enjoy going down into the well because down there they get more attention. It could be that in showing a victim mentality, for example, some people receive more love, or they feel like they get more love when they play the victim, when they feel like they can't do it, or I just need help me. Well, a couple of times that's okay, but then if that becomes behavior, if that becomes habit, then it becomes like the boy that cried wolf. And people then don't start to take you seriously. And so that thing that you felt was love initially and attention, it starts to turn into resentment or other things that are not negative. So they're not positive. They go down the negative what if route. So I want you to think about your last 7 days. Like, just notice, how many times did you go into the negative what if versus the positive what if? Just think back to some situations that you've dealt with or things that you've faced even over the last 30 days or the last year. Think about the things that didn't go so well and just notice about yourself. What if state were you in? Were you in a positive state or a negative state? And when you were in super achiever, high achiever, best version of yourself, when you were in that mode, what if strategy were you using then? Were you likely in the positive what if? Were you in the excitement, the future? Were you future pacing? Were you thinking about how great it could be? Most likely, when you're achieving the positive results, you're thinking in a positive way. When you're achieving results you don't want, well, that's because of the choices that you're making. Ultimately, you are where you are as a result of all the choices that you've made in your life so far. Your project is where it is because of the choices you've made. Your career is where it is because of the choices that you've made. Your visibility or invisibility is where it is because of the choices that you've made. Your impact is where it is because of the choices that you've made or not. Your bank account is either high or low as a result of the choices that you've made. Everything is about your choices. And that's the beautiful thing about this, isn't it? You can choose to be that person who thinks in the what if wow way instead of the what if well way, getting into the well. And you can decide that in any moment. And therefore change the entire course of the history that you are making right now, and then right now, and then right now, because there's always a new now. So I want you to take real notice of this. Think about this in the next 7 days, the next 30 days. Just notice, what are the what if strategies you are using to get where you want to go. And if you're not where you want to be, think about the what ifs you want to create in a positive way over the next 30 days. What if the next 30 days could be your most powerful, intentional, creational, we are going to make that word up because I like it too much. What if the next 30 days you could create or innovate or collaborate or connect or do something in the next 30 days that really enhances your life, makes a difference to the lives of others, increases your bank account, accelerates your impact, and really helps you to celebrate yourself in a way that you probably haven't done so before. Because why would you want to celebrate yourself when you're in that what if shit strategy all the time? But when you're in the what if I can do it, what if this was the way, what if this could happen, what if this was achievable, imagine what you could achieve and imagine how you might change the way you show up in the world, to your clients, in the way you show up visibly. Because there's no fear then, is there? When you are showing up because it's the right thing to do. You're not showing up for the money. You're not showing up because someone's told you to. You're showing up in the way that you want to because it's the right thing to do. So I'm going to challenge you for the next 30 days to notice your mindset, notice your what if strategy. And if you ever feel like it's getting into the well, you can change that in a heartbeat. You can make a decision that you're going to use choice power, not willpower. You're not going to will yourself to think differently. You're just going to think differently just because you can. Have a phenomenal day, and I'll look forward to seeing you on the next show. Bye for now. Oh, and P.S. Who do you know that you could share this with? Because we grow this show based on referral. I am so committed to making a difference to the lives of entrepreneurs all over the world. And I'm sure you might know one. So who do you know you can share this with? Thanks so much for listening. Remember to subscribe, remember to share, and I'll see you next time.